Lucky Star. Lucky Star follows the daily lives of four high school girls. Konoha Izumi, the Lady Otaku, the Hiyari twins, who are fraternal, Tsukasa and Kagami, who represent sugar and spice, and the smart and well-mannered Miyuki Takara, as they go about their daily lives at school and beyond as they develop their eccentric and lively friendship and making humorous observation about the world around them. Be it in Japanese tradition, the interesting culture of otakus, academics, or the correct way of preparing and eating various food. No subject is safe for their musing. The first character we have on our list is Tsukasa. She is the sweet but clumsy sister and younger sister of Kagami Higari, and she tries well, but her academic scores are not that high. Then we have the very athletic but otaku culture Kanata. She is very smart, very passionate about anime, but when it comes to her schoolwork academics, she doesn't share the same passion and love as you would hope her to. And then we have Kagami Higari. She is the academic driven and well living and responsible sister of Tsukasa Higari, who tries her best, but also the Sundara. But not in a bad way. She's actually really cool. I love her. And then we have the well mannered and very intelligent Miyuki Takara, who's very smart, but she could be kind of klutzy and moe in some standards if you are into that. But other than that, I love her. She's very smart and she loves to learn. So many you can relate to that. And then you have the shenanigans where they just like you follow them in their daily lives and you just follow them around and you like kind of relate to each situation that each of these girls are placed in, especially with Konata. She's like, bleh, I don't feel like doing anything. Or sometimes they'll be chatting and just interject, and sometimes they'll talk about food, how the proper way to eat it, and sometimes there's some subjects that they talk about that either don't make sense or just completely random at most times. Like, seeing this image right here where they're like practicing like their doyai thing. But I think it's really cute and really interesting to the least. And then you kind of focus on each character and their family lives. How, for example, in the Higiri family, they're watching like a reality TV show and they get so sucked into it. So many y'all can relate to that. And sometimes it's just like, I know the answer, and you're like, no, watch. And then sometimes there is an OVA for the series where they jump into like game versions of like Hanagamiki or like RPG or just any school activities. So, but the main question is today, is there a story? Yes and no. Technically, with this anime, it's very classic, and I've watched this about 4 or 5 times. So technically speaking, it doesn't really need a story to fully understand what's really going on. Basically, the only story in this anime is following girls in their high school lives in Japan and following the ins and outs of what they do at school and whether they're at home. So that's one thing I found really fascinating about the series, that it's very nostalgic. It's not very tension driven, but it's very like character driven, where you just learn more about each of the characters as they go on their daily lives and the shenanigans that they have around in Japan culture. Overall, I love the series as a whole. I love all the characters because somehow I can relate to each, but not in all of them. In some aspect, like when they go on school trips, or when Koda is gushing over anime culture, or when Tsukasa's trying to cook for the group. I feel like it's really one of those things where you know where you adapt and how you relate and how you in each of your friend groups you can relate to each of these characters and how you can play yourself with your friends in these friend groups and knows all the shenanigans that you have together, especially in this image right here. Kanda's happy about being not giving too much away, you haven't seen it, but she's really happy about certain things. Kanda tries her best to be supportive as most friends do, but you know they try. And the characters are, as I said before, they are very relatable. You can find each of your friends or yourself in one of these characters, which I love a lot because I found like myself a bit to pieces in each of these characters as a whole. But the biggest question you might be wondering, should you watch it in sub or dub? Overall, I think it's your choice whether you're gonna watch it in sub or dub. I like both, so everyone's entitled to their opinion, what they like to listen to anime in. I just think dub is funnier because it translates different than sub, but that's just my opinion. Overall, I give Lucky Star a 10 out of 10. I love the characters. I love the story. I love watching, having a high school experience, but in a different culture, especially in Japanese culture. Overall, I watched this anime like 10 times and never get sick of it. I love all the characters. I can relate to each and every one of them. And I feel like if you love Lucky Star, you love Latoya, you'll love this anime. So comment down below in the comment section which character was your favorite. I watched in both sub and dub, so You can watch either or. I think it's funnier in dub. But don't forget to give this video a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time for another anime review. Until then, bye!